Radio U 8772 Radio U. Well, our follow-up to Right Up My Alley is a spicy one, Hudson.
It's timely because we're talking Mount Everest.
Yes.
And apparently this is something that people have found a fascination with recently on TikTok too. So
yes, it really is timely. And honestly, I chose this because we recently talked about Mount Everest with the xenon gas being used and that being kind of a controversy. Well, this is a controversy from many, many years ago because as I pointed out in my Right Up My Alley questions, you know, the ones that are known to first summit Mount Everest are Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay in 1953. Well, in 1924, there were two climbers that tried to summit Mount Everest, and there's some potential reasons why they may have been the first.
Okay.
So these were climbers George Mallory and Andrew Irvine from the UK. They attempted to summit Mount Everest back in 1924, and that's just below the summit. They're very, very close at that point. It is a tricky part of the climb, but they're quite close, and they were making their way upward. So they were literally seen at that point. And the pair were never seen again.
Ooh.
George Mallory's body was found in 1999. He did fall and fell quite far, but Andrew Irvine was never found. But some do believe that they may have been the first to summit.
But does that count if they didn't return?
Here's the thing. They do kind of give a classification like to Hillary and Norgay as like the first to summit and first to make it back down alive. That is a good thing to do.
And that's undisputed.
Yeah, but there had been no one to summit up until Hillary and Norgay did it. And you know, so I do kind of wonder, like, maybe these guys did summit, they just fell on their way back down.
Oh, what an insult to injury.
I know, right?
Not only do you die, you also don't get credit for being the first one to summit the mountain that is the most well-known mountain in the world.
Right. Tallest mountain in the world. But what do you think? Do you think George Mallory and Andrew Irvine did it? They were so close. At the point that they were so close. And the weather was good that day.
I mean, why wouldn't they have?
I honestly think they did.
Yeah.
And that they fell on their way down. Because it's a tricky climb. And if you end up with any type of weird weather on your way down, you can get stuck.
Yeah.
So.
And if you were the first to make it up there, there would be.
There's no evidence.
There's no experience either of like that would make it even more tricky, of course.
Yeah, to come back down.
Being the first one to do it. So I mean, why would we doubt that they made it all the way up and then just fumbled the bag on the way down? I mean,
it could have been that, but the fact that they were seen at that point and no one saw them fall, they just didn't see them summit. Like I'm starting to think. I've had this belief for a while since I watched a documentary about the finding of George Mallory's body, which again was found in 1999. And it's crazy. You can go on a whole rabbit trail of the bodies that are on Everest because they're very well preserved because of the weather.
Yeah.
And so even though this body was from 1924, it was in very good condition.
They probably could have woken him up and revived him.
I don't know about that.
Cryogenically frozen one day.
Yeah.
If the technology advances to do that.
Yeah. Sure.